वासुदेवाय नारायण नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत् नष्टप्रायेषु वध्रेषु नित्यं भागवतसेवया भगवति उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकीनन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः हरिः ओं श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः Now I will share my screen, please. We are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, Chapter 31. Narada instructs the Prachetas. If someone confirm that you can see the screen, I can begin.
Yes, Prabhuji, we can see.
Okay, thank you. Maitre Uvacha. I think we are reading, sorry, from verse number 14. 15. Yeah. यथैव सूर्यात् प्रभवन्ति वारः पुनश्च तस्मिन् प्रविशन्ति काले भूतानि भूमौ स्थितजङ्गमानि तथा हरावेव गुणप्रवाहः. During the rainy season, water is generated from the sun, and in due course of time, during the summer season, the very same water is again absorbed by the sun. Similarly, all living entities, moving and inert, are generated from the earth, and again after some time, they all return to the earth as dust. Similarly, everything emanates from the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and in due course of time, everything enters into Him again. एतत्पदं तज्जगदात्मनः परं सकृद्विभातं सवितुर्यथा प्रभा यथा सवो जाग्रति सुप्तशक्त्ययो द्रव्यक्रियाज्ञानविदा प्रमात्ययः. Just as the sunshine is non-different from the sun, the cosmic manifestation is also non-different from the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The Supreme Personality is therefore all pervasive within this material creation. When the senses are active, they appear to be part and parcel of the body, but when the body is asleep, their activities are unmanifest. Similarly, the whole cosmic creation appears different and yet non different from the Supreme Person. यथा नावसभ्रतमः प्रकाशः भवन्ति भूपा न भवन्ति अनुक्रमात् एवं परे ब्रह्मणि शक्तयस्तु अमु रजस्तमः सत्वम् इति प्रवाहः. My dear kings, sometimes in the sky there are clouds, sometimes there is darkness, and sometimes there is illumination. The appearance of all these takes place consecutively. Similarly, in the absolute, in the supreme absolute, the mode of passion, darkness, and goodness appear as consequent energies. Sometimes they appear and sometimes they disappear. तेनैकमात्मनम् अशेषदेहिनां कालं प्रदानं पुरुषं परेशं स्वतेजसा ध्वस्तगुणः प्रवाहम् आत्मैक भावेन भजध्वम् अद्दा. Because the Supreme Lord is the cause of all causes, He is the supersoul of all individual living entities, and He exists as both the remote and immediate cause. Since He is aloof from the material emanations, He is free from their interactions and is Lord of material nature. You should therefore engage in His devotional service, thinking yourself qualitatively one with Him. दयया सर्वभूतेषु सन्तुष्ट्या येन केन वा सर्वेन्द्रियोपशान्त्या च तुष्यति आसु जनार्दनः. By showing mercy to all living entities, being satisfied somehow or other, and restricting the senses from sense enjoyment, one can very quickly satisfy the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Janardana. Apahata Sakalaishama, sorry, अपहत सकलैषनामलात्मनि अविरतं एदितः भावनोपहूतः निजजनवशगत्वम् आत्मनोऽयं न सरति छिद्रवद् अक्षरः सतां हि. Being completely cleansed of all material desires, the devotees are freed from all mental contamination. Thus, they can always think of the Lord constantly and address Him very feelingly. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, knowing Himself to be controlled by His devotees, does not leave them for a second, just as the sky overhead never becomes invisible. न भजति कुमनीषिणां स ईज्यां हरिरदनात्म अधनात्मधनप्रियो रसज्ञः श्रुत्वा धनकुलकर्मणां मदैर्ये विदधति पापम् अकिञ्चनेषु सत्सु. The Supreme Personality of Godhead becomes very dear to those devotees who have no material possessions but are fully happy in possessing the devotional service of the Lord. Indeed, the Lord relishes the devotional activities of such devotees. Those who are puffed up with material education, wealth, aristocracy, and fruitive activity are very proud of possessing material things, and they often deride the devotees. Even if such people offer the Lord worship, the Lord never accepts them. श्रियम् अनुचरतीं sorry श्रियम् अनुचरतीं तत् अर्हिनश्च विपदपतीन् विबुधांश्च यत्स्वपूर्णः न भजति निजभृत्यवर्गतन्त्रः कथम् अमुम् उद्विज्यश्च पुमान् कृतज्ञः. Although the Supreme Personality of Godhead is self-sufficient, he becomes dependent on his devotees. He does not care for the goddess of fortune, nor for the kings and demigods who are after the favors of the goddess of fortune. Where is that person who is actually grateful and will not worship the personality of Godhead? Maitrevacha इति प्रचेतसो राजन् अन्यश्च भगवत्कथाः श्रावयित्वा ब्रह्मलोकं ययौ स्वायम्भुवो मुनिः. The great sage Maitreya continued, My dear King Vidura, Sri Narada Muni, the son of Brahma, of Lord Brahma, thus described all these relationships with the Supreme Personality of Godhead to the Prachetas. Afterward, he returned to Brahmaloka. तेऽपि तन्मुखनिर्यातं यशोलोकमलापहं हरेर्निशम्य तत्पादं ध्यायन्तस्तद्गतिं ययुः. Hearing from Narada's mouth the glories of the Lord, which vanquish all the ill fortune of the world, the Prachetas also became attached to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Meditating on his lotus feet, they advanced to the ultimate destination. एतत्ते विहितं क्षत्तर्यन्मां त्वं परिपृष्ठवान् प्रचेतसां नारदस्य संवादं हरिकीर्तनम्. My dear Vidura, I have told you everything you wanted to know about the conversation between Narada and the Prachetas, the conversation describing the glories of the Lord. I have related this as far as possible. Shri Sukha Uvacha ययेष उत्तानपादो मानवस्यानुवर्णितः वंशप्रियव्रतस्यापि निबोधा नृपसत्तमा. Shukadeva Goswami continued, O best of kings, King Parikshit, I have now finished telling about the descendants of the first son of Swayambhuva Manu, Uttanapada. I shall now try to relate the activities of the descendants of Priyavrata, the second son of Swayambhuva Manu. Please hear them attentively. यो नारदात् आत्मविद्याम् अधिगम्य पुनर्महीम् भुक् भुक् भुक्त्वा विभज्य पुत्रेभ्यः ऐश्वरं समगात् padam. Although Maharaj Priyavrata received instructions from the great sage Narada, he still engaged in ruling the earth. After fully enjoying material possessions, he divided his property among his sons. He then attained a position by which he could return home back to Godhead. Imam tu kaushara vinopavarnitam shattani samyajita vada satkatam pravruddha bhavo shrukalakulo muner dadara murdhna charanam hृदा हरेः. My dear king, in this way, after hearing the transcendental messages of the Supreme Personality of Godhead and his devotees from the great sage Maitreya, Vidura was overwhelmed with ecstasy. With tears in his eyes, he immediately fell down at the lotus feet of his Guru, his spiritual master. He then fixed the Supreme Personality of Godhead within the core of his heart. विदुर उवाच सोऽयम् अद्य महायोगिन् भवता करुणात्मना दर्शितास्तमसा पारो यत्र किञ्चन गोहरिः. Sri Vidura said, O great mystic, O greatest of all devotees, by your causeless mercy, I have been shown the path of liberation from this world of darkness. By following this path, a person liberated from the material world can return home back to Godhead. Shri Sukha Uvacha Ityanam Yatam Amantrya Viduro Gajasa Vayam Swanam Didrushuk Prayayo Jnatinam Nirvratashayah. Shukadeva Goswami continued, Vidura thus offered obeisances unto the great sage Maitreya and taking his permission, started for the city of Hastinapura to see his own kinsmen, although he had no material desires. एतद्यः शृणुयाद्राजन् राज्ञां हरि अर्पितात्मनाम् आयुर्धनमयशस्वस्ति गतिमैश्वर्यम् आपनुयात्. O king, those who hear these topics about kings who are completely surrendered to the Supreme Personality of Godhead obtain without difficulty a long life, wealth, good reputation, good fortune, and ultimately the opportunity to return home back to Godhead. Hare Krishna. Thus ends this chapter 31 of the fourth canto entitled Narada instructs the Prachetas. And this is also ending the fourth canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. One second. Okay. So, this is a closure of a very exciting canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. This is the topics where we are discussing about the good fortune of Prachetas. Their good fortune has arisen because they had followed the instructions of his father. First of all, what was the instruction of his father? Is to expand the dynasty, expand the population, and how that they can get married, and how that they could first purify themselves through what? Through austerities. So that was their that was the reason they left home. They went to the place in the forest. They came across Lord Shiva, who blessed, yeah, them to become successful by daily practicing Rudra Gita, the mantras that he heard from Lord Brahma. So Lord Brahma spoke this, and Lord Shiva has passed it on, and then the Prachetas have uttered these mantras. They attain ultimate success. Yeah. So this is what we are discussing in this part, and here we start seeing what happens is that as pouring water on the root of a tree, this is what you remember we covered yesterday. Yeah, the secret of success is to be very concentrated or focused in what we are doing. Rather, our energy, just like what do you call this? A magnifying lens, when you use it, yeah, We can see when the sunlight falls, it falls on this glass lens, and then this is actually concentrated to one point, and that point becomes heated. If you even keep a paper, then this paper will burn. So similarly, whatever all the processes that we have, whether it is jnana, yoga, everything is to come to this point. All the means and experiences, all our life is the purpose is to engage ourselves in serving the Lord. And here, and the example further given is yathaiva surya prabhavanti varaha. So just like when the sun falls on water, what will happen? Water is generated from sun. Usually we think fire, how can fire generate water? Because it is going to take the water from the seas, with this, and then this water is actually taken out from the sea, and then these heavy clouds are formed, and the sun, in due course of time during the summer season, the very same water is again absorbed by the sun. So we can see the sun is doing both. It is also absorbing, which means the rivers and lakes are becoming dried up because of sun. But it's not like, okay, the water is disappearing, but this water is concentrated in the sky and it is actually going into the oceans or wherever. And this cycle is uh, gives the same water is again absorbed and distributed. So everything is taken care by sun. Similarly, the Lord is the source of everything. The things get manifested and then things get disappeared. And that's why, in the purport Prabhupada is mentioning, because of their poor fund of knowledge, impersonalist philosophers cannot understand how everything comes out from the Supreme Lord and then merge into Him again. Yasya prabha prabhavato jagadanda koti kotishvasesha vasudhadi vibhuti binnam tad brahma nishkalam anantam asesha bhutam Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami. So this is explained exactly what this verse is telling. The transcendental rays emanate from the body of Krishna, and within those rays, which are the Brahman effulgence, everything is existing. This is confirmed in Bhagavad Gita. And yeah, this goes further. Prabhupada explains the two examples given here are very vivid. During the rainy season, the rain, by regenerating the production of vegetables on earth, enable man and animals to obtain living energy. When there is no rain, food is scarce, and man and animals simply die. All vegetables, as well as moving, living, and all, are produced from earth. They come from earth and again merge into earth. So, this is second example. In this way, everything is by the mercy of the Lord. Etat padam tat jagatatmanam atmana param sakrit vibhatam savitur. Savitur means sun. Savitur, just like sun is non-different from sunshine is non-different from sun, because without sun there is no sunshine. Yeah. So in that way we can see sunshine is non-different from sun. The cosmic manifestation is also non-different from the Lord, because if there is no Lord, then there is no creation. Again, if you remember, life comes from life. Even matter comes from life, which means everything should come from something which is living personality, and this supreme living personality is the Lord. Hmm? The supreme personality is therefore all pervasive within this material creation. When the senses are active, they appear to be part and parcel of the body, but when the body is asleep, their activities are unmanifest. And in the purport, the first line, it says that this philosophy is called Achintya Bheda Bheda Tattva. Bheda, Abheda. Bheda means difference, Abheda means like or similar. And can we imagine something? Oh, how can it be? Logic says either there is difference or logic says either there is similarity. Now, Achintya means something which we cannot conceive, which we cannot understand. Achintya Bheda Bheda Tattva. Yeah? Simultaneously one and different. Propounded by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. The Lord is simultaneously different and non-different from this cosmic manifestation. Means Purnamada Purnamidam. It is said the Lord exists within and the Lord exists without. Means Lord exists. And just if Lord from Lord everything is manifesting, it doesn't mean Lord has become partial or Lord has become half, or Lord is full in full all the time, even if everything has come out from Him. So this is very difficult to understand. Yeah, yeah. In Ishopanishad, that is said, Isha Vasham Idam Sarvam. Isha Vasyam means the Lord is the proprietor of everything. The proprietor of a house may live in one room of the house, but the entire house belongs to him. A king may live in one room in Buckingham Palace, but the entire palace is considered his property. It is not necessary for the king to live in every room of that palace for it to be his. He may be physically absent from the rooms, but still the entire palace is understood to be his royal dominical. Yeah, so the sunshine is light, the sun globe itself is light, and the sun god is also light. Hmm? So this is how we can see we are saying everything is having a different name, but we are calling everything is one. However, the sunshine is not identical with the sun god, Vivaswan. This is the meaning of simultaneously one and different. Yeah, and yeah, if one wants, they can read further in the 16th verse. Bhutva Bhutva Pralayate. When the cosmic manifestation is dissolved, it is it is in a kind of sleeping condition and inactive state, and goes further. So, my dear kings, sometimes in the sky there are clouds, sometimes there is darkness, sometimes there is illumination. This is all. The sky has different. The appearance of all these takes place consequently. Huh? It is not that okay, everything is happening. The appearance of all these take place consequently. Similarly, the absolute, the supreme absolute, the modes of passion, darkness, and goodness appear as consecutive energies. Sometimes they appear and sometimes they disappear. So all these things. So in this way, one has to appreciate that the creation is how it is related to the Lord and how that manifests and unmanifests. Tenekam atmanam asesha dehinam kalam pradhanam purusham paresham. So the Lord is the cause of all causes. He is the super soul of all living entities, and he exists as both the remote and immediate cause. Usually we are always seeing okay when something happens, uh, we think that oh, this is something I can't understand, let me put it for the name of the Lord. No, everything is happening, everything that is sanctioned by the Lord. uh, I think in this purport there is the three, tritayatmaka, three kinds of causes. Tritaya, Atmaka means three kinds of causes. According to the Vedic calculation, there are three causes of creation: time, the ingredient, and the creator. Hmm? Upadana Karana, Nimitta Karana, and Sahakara Karana. Yeah. So this and in Brahma Samhita, Krishna is saying Sarva Karana Karanam, and cause of all causes is Krishna. This is what is mentioned, as stated in Brahma Samhita. Narada Muni therefore advised the Prachetas to worship the direct cause. uh, Direct cause, Sahakara, no, direct cause. And as stated before, when the root of the tree is watered, all the parts are energized. According to the advice of Narada, one should directly engage in devotional service. Chaitanya Charitamrita, it is said, Krishne Bhakti Kaila Sarva Karma Krita Haya. When one worships the Supreme Lord Krishna in devotional service, one automatically performs all other pious activities. Uh, and this is what is mentioned. And those who are really conversant with this knowledge can utilize everything for the service of the Lord, because nothing in the material world is unconnected with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This means as a devotee, we don't have to give up everything, but rather everything in the world can be used in the service of the Lord. We are not worried if scientists are saying, or if the doctors are saying, or if the whole world is saying, "Hey, why are you talking when when you are using the same technology?" We have no problem. In fact, how is this technology sustaining? How is this technology created? How is this technology maintained? And due course of time, how is technology suffering that it has to dwindle and go out of what do you call relevance? Everything, the ingredients right from there, everything is created by the Lord. If we create an iPhone, it is not that okay. We can be proud of it. Yeah. What is the purpose of iPhone was already taken care by a different way of communication. Yeah. Just if you now think of, oh, let's put it somewhere that we can connect all the things, intelligence, and then make it. No, in the end, what are we doing? We are using it for talking, right? Yeah, either one way or the other we are talking. Or one way or the other we are using for some purpose. All this intelligence of using or creating everything is from where? From from the Lord. दयया सर्वभूतेषु सन्तुष्ट्या येन केन वा सर्वेन्द्रियोपशान्त्या च तुष्यति आसु janardana. Yeah. So the purpose of all these things, 19th verse is the key of this chapter. Yeah. 14th and 19th. Yeah. Dayaya sarva bhuteshu. We should be very careful because this is what the quality Lord appreciates. We should be very, very merciful. By showing mercy to all living entities, being satisfied somehow or other. Santushya yena kenava. Yena kena means somehow or the other. Santushya yena kenava. Rather we think, oh, I am not happy, I am not happy. We cannot be. Sarvendriyopasyantia cha, and then controlling. Upasyantia means to control sarva indriya, all senses. Tushyati asu janardana. What is the purpose? One can very quickly satisfy the Supreme Lord, Janardana. So, in the purport Prabhupada mentioned, devotees showing mercy to all conditioned souls. How? By spreading Krishna consciousness. How can we spread Krishna consciousness? By sharing about the programs that we attend, the programs that we are having, and not only that, by inviting devotees home, by feeding them prasadam, by speaking them about Krishna consciousness, uh, and giving books, distributing books, yeah, inviting to the events, yeah, for example, the upcoming event or any events that we think, oh, we are benefiting, why not to others? Engage everyone in devotional service. That is the goal. नारायण पर सर्वे न कुतश्चन बिभ्यति स्वर स्वर्गापवर्ग नरकेश्व अपि तुल्यार्थ दर्शिनः. It is said, it doesn't matter, devotee says, it doesn't matter to the pure devotee if he has to go to hell to preach. The Supreme Lord lives in the heart of a hog, although the Lord is in Vaikuntha. So Lord is present everywhere. Even while preaching in hell, a pure devotee remains a pure devotee by his constant association with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. To attain this state, one has to control his senses. The senses are automatically controlled when one's mind is engaged in the service of the Lord. Apahata, so apahata sakala eshana amala atmani. So, being completely cleansed of material desires, the devotees are freed from material contamination. Thus, they can always think of the Lord. Huh? So, and then what is it said? It is clear from the previous verse that the Lord, Janardana, is very quickly satisfied by the activities of devotees. Hmm? So one should understand this secret, how to satisfy the Lord. We are always thinking, oh, let me satisfy myself. How long can we do? And it's an impossible task. We are never satisfied. But the secret is, if the Lord is satisfied, whatever we desire, yeah, we can see how the Lord blesses, whether it is material desire or spiritual desire. The Lord sees, He purifies our consciousness and engages us in activities such a way that we can get closer to Him. अयि नंद तनुज किंकरम पतितां मां विषमे भवाम्बुधो कृपया तव पाद पंकज स्थित धूलि सदृशन विचिंतया. This should be the prayer of a devotee. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is saying, my dear Lord, I am your eternal servant, but somehow or other I have fallen into the ocean of this material world. Kindly pick me up and fix me as a speck of dust at your lotus feet. Similarly, Narottam Das Tagore says, Aha Prabhu Nanda Sutta Vrishabhanu Sutta Yuta Karuna Karaha E Bara Narottama Dasakaya Na Tel Teliha Ranga Paya Toma Vina Ke Ache Amara. Yeah, it says, you are now present with your daughter, Vrishabhanu, Srimati Radharani. Now, both of you, please be merciful upon me. Don't kick me away. because I have no shelter other than you. In this way, it goes further. Yeah, he enjoys the secret of Lord. Yeah, Lord also has a secret. What is that secret? It is that he enjoys being dependent on his devotee. That is a secret only devotee has the key to. Just as Krishna enjoyed being dependent on the mercy of Yashoda, thinking himself dependent on the devotee gives the Supreme Lord great enjoyment. Sometimes a king may engage a joker, and in the process of joking, the king is sometimes insulted. The king, however, enjoys these activities. Everyone worships the Supreme Lord with great reverence. Therefore, the Lord sometimes wants to enjoy the chastisement of his devotees. Yeah, in this way, the relationship eternally exists between the Lord and his devotees is fixed, just like the sky overhead. It's always fixed. Huh? And then it goes further. The Lord is dear to devotees. Vidadati papam akinchaneshu satsu. It said that even if such persons offer Lord worship, the Lord never accepts from them who are not devotees, huh? who are puffed up, who are puffed up with material education, wealth, aristocracy, and fruitive activity, are very proud of possessing material things. All these people are disqualified. Lord is dear to devotees, not one who has material possessions. Why? Because activities of devotees give pleasure to the Lord. So he is not interested in material things. It is not that these material things, how much we are giving to the Lord is pleasing him, but are we giving ourselves to the Lord? That's what. A pure devotee is one who feels he does not possess anything material. A devotee is always happy in possessing devotional service of the Lord. Devotees may sometimes appear materially poor, but because they are spiritually advanced and enriched, they are most dear to the Lord. So this is a very important point, that it's not like let me become richy rich. Huh? No, in fact we can see Ambarish Maharaj, yeah, he is a king, very rich. Huh? We can see if a person derides a pure devotee, he is never recognized by the Lord. In other words, the Supreme Lord never excuses one who offends a pure devotee. Very careful thing. There are many examples of this in history. A great mystic yogi, Durvasa Muni, offended the great devotee Ambarish Maharaj. The great sage Durvasa was to be chastised by the Sudarshana Chakra of the Lord. Even though the great mystic directly approached the Supreme Lord, he was never excused. Those on the path of liberation should be very careful not to offend a pure devotee. Saying so. And in this way, where there is verse number 22 is saying that although the Supreme Lord is self-sufficient, one may also say this, na, Lord is the richy rich, he has everything, unlimited wealth, unlimited beauty, unlimited power, hmm, unlimited recognition and fame. Yeah, what does he want? What can I offer him? He is so great, na. Uh, no, he becomes dependent on his devotees. He does not care for the goddess of fortune, nor for the kings and demigods who are after the favor of gods of fortune. So the Lord is also not so much running behind goddess of fortune than that he runs behind the devotees. In the purport, it's elaborated with more explanation from the Nectar of Devotion, sorry, Brahma Samhita. Saying all this, Maitreya said, my dear Vidra, Narad Muni, after speaking all these things, he returned to Brahmaloka. And then, hearing from Narada Muni's words, Prachetas also became attached to the Supreme Lord and attained ultimate destination. This is the beauty. Manmana bhava madbhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru mam evaishyasi satyam te pratijane priyosi me. So always think of me. Lord is saying, always think of me and become my devotee. Worship me and offer your homage unto me. Thus you will come to me without fail. I promise you this because you are my very dear friend. So if we become Krishna's, if we enter into the Krishna's close circle, then Lord is assuring that don't worry, everything is taken care. I promise you assurance. Hmm. And so, my dear Vidura, I have told you everything you wanted to know about the conversation between Narada and Prachetas. I have related this as far as I know. In the purport, Prabhupada mentions Srimad Bhagavatam describes the glories of the Lord and his devotees. Because the whole subject is the glorification of Lord, naturally the glorification of his devotees automatically follows. And Shukadev Goswami tells to Parikshit Maharaj that I have explained you the whole lineage, the descendants of Swayambhuva Manu's first son. Who is that first son? Uttanapada. Um, then I will explain further about the second son, Priyavrata, the second son of Swayambhuva Manu. And after that, yeah, he concludes. And the result of hearing to this is mentioned in the last Vidravacha. Soyam Yadya Mahayogin Bhavata Karunatmana Darshitas Tamasah Paro Yatra Kinchana Goharihi. By your causeless mercy, I have been shown the path of liberation from this world of darkness. By following this path, a person liberated from material world can return home back to Godhead. So this is conversation where Maitreya and Vidura had this conversation. Vidura is taking permission from Maitreya that, oh, now I am, thank you very much, and I am leaving. Huh? And Shukadeva Goswami is finally saying, thus Vidura thus offered obeisances unto Maitreya, and taking his permission started for the city of Hastinapur. Although he had no material desires, he went back. Yeah. And in conclusion, etad. Parikshit Maharaj, Shukadev Goswami tells the Phalastuti of this pastime is saying, those who hear these topics about kings who are completely surrendered to the Supreme Lord obtain without difficulty a long life, wealth, reputation, good fortune, ultimately the opportunity to return home back to Godhead. So we have one stop solution for all our problems. Can we imagine any problem bigger than this? Sometimes we think wealth is our problem, sometimes reputation is our problem, sometimes good fortune is our problem. Everything is obtained when one approaches the Lord. And of course, more than anything is opportunity to return home back to Godhead. Thank you very much. Thus ends, I think it's written as thus end the Bhaktivedanta purports of the fourth canto, 31st chapter of Srimad Bhagavatam, entitled Narada Instructs Prachetas, end of the fourth canto. Yeah, very nice. Thank you. So, any thoughts, any questions?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, thank you very much for beautifully concluding this canto.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is it's a very big canto. In fact, we started long back, and
Yeah.
in between during the Kartik we start we inserted canto 10 and then again resumed canto 4.
Yeah, still we
And
managed to finish, right?
still we managed to finish,
Yeah.
and very diverse legends
Pastime.
were depicted in this canto, from Daksha, Shati,
Yeah.
Dhruva Maharaj, Prithu Maharaj, and then Puranjana's allegorical story, and then concluded by Narada's instruction to Prachitas. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's quite diverse. I mean, not in a single-sided story.
Yeah.
And thank you very much for beautifully explaining this. I missed few chapters in between, but of course I will catch it up sometime.
No, thank you very much for everyone who have joined. Yeah, I think that is the fuel for moving this Nityaṁ Bhāgavata-sevayā project further, right? Without you joining, yeah, it would not be so much relishing. So yeah, thanks for joining. Yeah,
Thank you, Prabhuji.
yeah, thank you. Any other questions or thoughts? Then, yeah, we will start with the fifth canto. That is the life of Priyavrata. I think the activities of Maharaj Priyavrata. It's very nice. I like this fifth canto especially. It helps us to understand who is Priyavrata, who is Agnidra, and then comes very interesting about Rishabhadev. Yeah, but yeah, we can't miss to understand the great life of Rishabhadev. Yeah, but before that, we will also understand who is Agnidra, what he attained, and what Rishabhadev attained. So all these things we'll cover in the next chapter as a next canto. So stay tuned, don't miss. If you think someone can benefit, please share the word so that they can also try. We never know who may like or may not like. Our job is just to spread. Okay. Then Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyev cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Gandharaj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Nitai Gaur Bhaktivinoda.